Hey friend, it is Brandon Gustafson. Welcome to Assisted Living Investing. We help beginners like you launch their assisted living business in the next 12 months. Excited to have you here with me on the channel today for our live. Today we're going to be talking about third-party service providers for assisted living, what they are, and how you can use them to leverage your business and make something that's even better. So let's dive into that today as I get my screen pulled up. Before we get really deep into it, I want to remind you to get over to the website assistedlivinginvesting.net. You can get our free business plan checklist. We're going to have a ticker going down below for that, so make sure you go and grab that thing, that free resource to help you along your journey. And also just check out some of the other free resources that we have. And on YouTube, we'll have those linked down below here as well. So let's get into, so I'm just going to post this one link onto the Facebook group, and then we'll get started. So, for those of you that are new here, I like to have the newbies just go ahead and type in newbie down below so I can see who's watching, who's new to the channel, who's new to the idea of assisted living, and get a feel for that. So type in newbie down below if you are new. And we're going to be getting into third-party service providers for assisted living today. Let me get over to this. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen. Okay, there we go. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Brandon. I own and operate two assisted living facilities. And sorry, my microphone is far away. Hopefully this is not having issues here. I'm going to connect that and make sure that it's good and get it over here by me. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Brandon Gustafson. I own two assisted living facilities out of state. I live in Utah. One of my facilities is in Colorado and the other one is in Idaho. Operate those two, have been doing this since 2020, have secured over $1.5 million in SBA funding through that process. Operate out of state, obviously, and then have a master's in healthcare administration, have worked in the healthcare industry for over a decade. So I have a lot of experience kind of working through nonprofits with government programs types of things, Medicare, Medicaid, Medicare Advantage, and very familiar with how those different things work. So that's a little bit of my background. So let's get into the topic for today. What is a third-party service provider? A third-party service provider is a partner who is going to provide some of those services that your residents are going to need. They're going to add some extra quality of care to your residents as well, which is going to make them feel a little bit happy. The other nice thing about third-party service providers is you don't necessarily have to pay for them. They come out of residents' other benefits that they have. So this could be doctors or specialists or mental health providers. It could be other just like activity type things as well. So there's a lot of different types of third party providers, but they are really there to add value to the residents. And the more that you are able to build relationships with these third party providers and bring them into your facility to provide extra services to your residents, the happier they're going to be, and the more likely they will be to kind of learn or be happy in your home, give referrals, and build the good community that you want to build inside of your home. So let's talk a little bit about healthcare services. Now, when you think of healthcare services, you're probably thinking about physicians and things like that, and you're correct here. You can work with third-party providers that are not a part of, they're not necessarily affiliated with your assisted living facility. Work with them and help provide extra services to your residents. So these could be physicians and specialists. This could be the primary care provider for your residents. So most of them are going to have who that person is for them. Some of them don't, though, and so you can help build some of those relationships. You can build relationships with doctors and have them come into the home as well, which is great. Pharmacy. So we partner with specific pharmacies that interface with our EHR system. So if you'd like to learn more about EHRs, type that down below. Would love to kind of give you some more information on that. But EHR is an electronic healthcare record. Our pharmacy will interface with that, so we can order meds there. We can have all of our notes. We can see where meds are, and it really benefits us a lot because of the relationship that we have with our pharmacy. And there's also like rehabilitation services, rehab, like physical therapy type doctors that could come in. You could build those types of relationships as well, and kind of have doctors that the residents then become familiar with, and they get familiar. They know what you're talking about when you talk about a specific pharmacy, or when you're talking about the physical therapist. It's not a strange person to them. They know who this person is. They know who's coming into the house, and they feel comfortable with it. So healthcare service providers are really good people for you to reach out to and interact with, and build relationships with. They're going to provide some extra care to your residents that is beyond the care that as an assisted living provider you may not be able to provide, because you're there to do those activities of daily living. That's what we're focused on in assisted living. And when you need more care, that's where you're going to work with and partner with these other third party providers. Okay, so that's healthcare services. Let's talk about personal care services. Now, these ones, this is a lot of what people like to see, but not a lot of facilities are doing this. This is building relationships with places like beauticians and barbers, nail salons, podiatrists, massage therapists. These are different types of people that can come in to the home, and they could do haircuts. They could do the nails of the ladies in the facility, or in the home. You can really bring these people in and add some extra value to the home and to the residents that live there, and build up the value in the eyes of the residents and their families, because they can see that you are committed to doing this. Um, a really cool way of doing this, actually, if you're able to find these locally for you, are like barber or beautician schools, those that are trying to get hours for cutting hair or for doing nails, or those types of things. Getting with local tiny community colleges with or the little tiny trade schools that focus on these types of things. If you can build out partnerships with them, those people need the hours, so you can get them in at a low cost. You could pay for it if you did that, or you give it as a low cost thing for your residents. Some of these also do this for free, and so you're able to help those students out in getting the hours that they need and provide a service to your residents, which is really great. Same with massage therapy. There's a lot of people that are trying to become a massage therapist, and they need to get hours, and they do free massages for people. You could partner with those that are trying to do this. So these are all really great services that you can add, and building out partnerships with those types of educational locations that are trying to build people's that are those that want to get those certifications or get into those professions. You can help them out and help them reach their goals, build relationships with them, build relationships with their schools and the ecosystem that exists there, which could lead to other referrals and things down the line. You never know where those things are going to go, but this is just a great way for you to add some extra value to your residents and how you're going to get in, um, and give them more reasons to want to be at your facility and be happy while they're there. So those are personal care services. Now let's get into mental health services. Now this is one that I think is really important for people, and I think the world is becoming more aware of mental health services and what that means for people. And frankly, the population that you're going to be dealing with in assisted living may not be as open to talking to a therapist or those types of things. But if you provide that service, it can really help them. They're going through a lot of change in their lives. They're going from somewhere where they lived and were married and had kids and everything to a home that you try to make it as homey as you possibly can, but it's still a lot of change for your residents, and they're going through a lot. And so if you can provide them with these services with mental health providers, psychologists, psychiatrists, therapists, social workers, bringing those people into the home to have conversations, you could have group discussions about certain things, to help mediate certain circumstances, or even just one-on-one conversations. that could benefit. Again, here you can get into those that are not quite licensed yet. You could be looking at a clinical social worker rather than a licensed clinical social worker. Those individuals need hours of counseling, and they can provide those services at a discounted rate, which would typically be covered by a resident's Medicare or Medicare Advantage type of benefit. So it's not something that you have to pay for out of pocket. But by bringing them into the house, you don't have to worry about transportation. You don't have to worry about a resident leaving. You can set up a room or a space inside of the home where the therapist could come in and meet with several residents at a time and help out in processing those things. That's going to benefit the resident, but it's also going to benefit the home, make it feel just a little more I don't know, happy, a little more energetic. If you've ever gone to a therapy session, then you probably understand this, that when you go and you're able to talk through those things, you're able to process things better, and you are able to build relationships with people a lot better. And the same thing would go inside of your home here. So it's a great benefit if you can build those relationships and get those types of providers into your home. So that is mental health services. And then some other ones that you want to be aware of that you could bring into the home, other third party service providers that you can bring in and add value to your residents, would be nutritionists and dietitians to help out with the diet, help you do some meal planning, maybe give some guidance and evaluate the diet of some of the residents who may be struggling from a health standpoint. And it's all related back to the diet that they're having. And so it can give you some guidance there. So benefits you, benefits the residents. Fitness instructors. You could bring in yoga types, aerobics. Some of these light types of exercises that are just body weight or just getting up and moving, and it doesn't have to be a lot. That can The residents love doing those types of activities, and so building relationships with them, with fitness instructors, is going to benefit you. And fitness instructors, they love to come and do this and interact with people as well. I've had great experiences with that. So that's a good one. You can get with elderly law attorneys. Sometimes your residents, they may need to be putting things in a trust or finishing out their will, or potentially any other types of things that could come up. And having relationships with the elder law attorneys is going to benefit you. Could be a lead-in source actually for referrals, because you're building those relationships with them, but it gives an extra benefit to your residents. And again, it's not something that you're paying for. It's something that you are making some connections and can benefit you. And another one is financial advisors. Um, uh, Even like low income places, financial advisors are still going to be a huge benefit, because a lot of these people, they struggle with managing their money, and so it could be doing a little bit of financial management there, all the way up to maybe they have some investments and things like that, or they want to just kind of look at how to handle their social security, handle certain life situations that they're coming into as they age. And so these are all things that you want to be aware of, and just other services that you can get out there and provide to people. So those are the different services, different types of service providers. I want to thank, I can't remember who it was, but we had somebody on the YouTube channel comment down below that this was something they wanted to dive into. This is one of several topics that they brought in. So if you have questions or other things that you would like me to dive into, then comment those down below, because I can build out this content for you and answer some of those questions that you have, and help you, get the information that you need as you're trying to launch your assisted living business. Now let's get over here. While you're typing, we got some time for some Q&A. So if you are on here and you have some questions, then go ahead and type those. In the meantime, I'm going to just remind you to like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell as well, so you get notified every time we go live and put this content out there, so that you can get notified. We do lives on Tuesdays, put out long form videos on Thursdays as well. And we're here to just kind of help you, help guide you and launch your assisted living business, and help you reach those time and financial goals that you have, that time and financial freedom that you are wanting, helping you get to that through assisted living. So make sure that you do that. And also want to remind you to get over to the website, assistedlivinginvesting.net. We have our free resources there. The business plan checklist is going down across the bottom. You can also get into our mastermind program at assistedlivinginvesting.net/mastermind. check that out. If you're interested and need some help, it's a 12-month program, and love to help people out. We're making some incredible progress with people in the program. So if that's of interest to you, check us out there at assistedlivinginvesting.net/mastermind. I have some updates going on that webpage here in the next week or two, actually. So keep an eye out for that and go check it out. And with that, I don't see that I have any questions today, but I want to thank all of you who have been watching, and remind you to get over and check out the business plan checklist, assistedlivinginvesting.net/BP checklist, to help you get that business foundation, help build, help create the foundation that you need. It's going to give you clarity on where you want to go, and help you launch things going forward. I want to thank you again for watching. Thanks for being here. And does residential assisted living sound interesting to you, but you don't know how to get started? At assistedlivinginvesting.net, we are here to help beginners like you launch their assisted living business in the next 12 months. And I will remind you as well that it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit. Just keep going, keep making progress step by step by step. And I promise you that if you do, and you're consistent and persistent, you're going to be successful. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.